Okay, there we go. Hey there, strangers! It's time for another, well, Warframe video. Okay, so just to let you folks know, I don't have it on the full screen yet because I'm waiting for the optimization download. It's been a while since I um, streamed. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, obviously, you're not going to notice much. Um, but for those of you that are watching right now on Twitch, you know, um, I've been gone for a bit. So I'm coming back into streaming again. So, um, and apparently the headset audio is also not, it's been reset back to default. Let me go ahead and fix that. There we go. So now you can all hear the music. So it has been up to date. So let's go ahead and play that. Once I get past the password screen, then I'll switch it to live, so you can all kind of see everything. So 1 second while I put in my password here real quick. Or I try to put in my password. There we go. Okay, so going live here, and now we have the update 32.3 Sistine's Last Wish. So you apparently have a brand new quest, brand new Warframe. So looks like we have someone that is kind of more of a support, maybe? Not sure. Watch over Belric and Rana's crystallized remains in a new mirror defense mission uncovered on Mars. Okay. Acceptable to those who have completed the Heart of Deimos quest. Okay. Their love sustains a link between them, bridged by the void, to protect them from two different onslaughts, one corpus and one Grineer. Okay. What else can you expect in this update? Expand your arsenal with Citrine's signature heavy sight, Sear Fell, and Shotgun Stephalos. Huh? Okay. Rhino Deathwatch skin. Okay. 4 new Warframe augments for Revenant, Gar, Gear, and Ureli. Okay. Leave your mark with Vintage Inks. New premium customization for your Drifter. Okay. 5 new Arcanes. Okay. On Tayana Pass, or obtained through OTAC on the Necrolisk. Okay. Ember Void Shell Skin. Okay. Tarforge Archon Shard Probability Change QLL. Okay, not sure what that's all about, but OTAC awaits your visit. Alright.
Operator, you have returned.
Okay. So it's just me online for the clan. That's perfectly fine. Understandable on that one. Just kind of curious. Yeah, if I remember correctly, I removed 2 members that haven't been online for over a year. So just, I wanted more space for anybody that was, still active in a clan, that still kind of continued playing, that has continued playing and stuff like that. So, you know, um, although I really do need to kind of manage this clan a little bit more. I mean, not everybody should be initiate anymore. Um, so I should really kind of consider, um, you know, uh, giving, people a little bit more,
Everything in orders, operator?
responsibilities
Is
here.
that a pun? I will
Um,
attempt to bypass this fault.
hmm, but I don't really have any good, like, sub versions. Hmm. I don't want to give regulator to anybody, you know, or just to someone random. So I gotta be careful with handing out generals here. Maybe I'll hand it up to Blackheart if he's willing to take it. Um, but um, I want to be a little careful on the handing out the architect ability as well because I don't necessarily want members to be like totally restructuring the dojo around to what they want. I would need to like kind of talk with them a little bit more about that. I would need, I'd want to like stay in contact with them to do anything along those lines. Okay, I don't necessarily want them to kind of do their own thing like completely by themselves. I want to say in it just, I want to say in it. So, I'd want them to be able to kind of communicate with me as to what they would like to do. You know, if it's just like, hey, I want to like, put up like a sculpture or something like that in Rome or something like that, then sure, okay, I can understand that. Um, but maybe I can kind of give, some people the leader. Hmm. I could like maybe bump up like speed, stoned, and 200 to like maybe soldier. But I'd want to kind of talk with them more about that, you know, see if they're okay with, being bumped up along those lines. So I don't want to necessarily jump too far ahead on that either. So okay, so we got Nightwave. Still need to kind of complete that. We got hacking. Okay, easy. Versus kill an enemy. Okay. Toxin, no problem. Void Flood missions. Haven't really done any of those. Um, so maybe. This is simple. That's simple. That's simple. Orvalis is a little rough. Crew of Survival is a little rough, and 1,500 enemies is fairly easy. But then again, and I only have the 4 hours of today's stream to do that, seeing that it's gonna reset by tomorrow. So I'm gonna be a little rushed on this one. I'm probably gonna need to pull out Mesa and just go ham on a survival. Which, I mean, 30 minutes in the crew of survival might be an idea, but um, I probably need a lot of support on that one to try to uh, maintain my health for one, and um, maintain the air supply for another. So so yeah, that that doesn't seem too bad there. Um, I don't see any change in the prime resurgence, but um, let's see. First thing, let's go ahead and switch on over to Mesa here real quick, because I know that I'm probably going to be needing to um, use her abilities to the maximum on today. So we're going to set you up for Toxin here. So let's see. There we go. And let's see. I got 10 more points to do right at this moment in time. I already got Hell's Chamber. Let's see. Critical chance is already kind of high up for the most part. Already got point blank going, so there's that. Let's see. I'm thinking putting on Ravage here, just for that extra critical damage. I mean, my critical chances are already at 50%, so... Oh, but I don't have the right polarity for that right at this moment in time. Okay, So that kind of leads me towards maybe doing that. And then maybe that. Oh, I already have Primer Ravage. Okay, never mind. I'm being silly. So maybe I just do that. Just go full Toxin. Might as well. At least for now. Okay. So that's going to be it for that. I have a lot of the Vauban relics now. I was able to get quite a few of them. So Um, but now it's just a matter of getting the void traces to increase the the possibilities of getting each one of these blueprints that I'm missing here. Um, so I have the neurooptics already, so I don't need to worry about that. I need the blueprint, the chassis, and the systems. So I'm going to be kind of you know, working on that quite a bit. So to try to get through those, or try have the possibility of getting those. Let's go to Vizara real quick. I do I'm reminded that I still have the two um, messages. So
Now here's a Tenno who looks after their frames. Let's talk about the good stuff.
okay, so
Vaulting's like.
Mesa and Limbo Prime is coming up in 4 days. So today's pretty much the last day, or today and tomorrow is going to be the last days for the for my possibility of getting Vauban. So you know, it's now or never on that.
Damn. Sure they can't
So
tempt you? Don't go leaving anything unsaid.
so that's the reason why I really want to kind of get work towards that. So um, that's my last
The input
opportunity. I
sends messages to the
know that I don't
communicator.
really have
Anything
that
important down
much.
there?
Hey,
Um,
Chip. So there's a super secret place on Mars, Tiana Pass. Nothing to do with any old legends or awesome crystals or anything. Probably doesn't even exist. I marked it on your map for you, so you can make sure you don't go there on accident. And you better not come see me afterwards either. Winky face.
all right, and Barracuteer. All right. So, if anybody wants to join me, let me know. I would welcome the company on this. Um, let's see. But again, probably just going to be doing a lot of relic breaks. So be prepared for that. Not, unfortunately today I'm probably not going to be able to do much in terms of helping others in terms of like, hey, do you need help with anything in particular? Unfortunately, I'm gonna need to kind of focus on what I want to do today. Unfortunately, for anybody that's like going, but I need help. Sorry, but maybe not this weekend. Maybe next weekend. Um, I well, I mean, most likely, definitely next weekend. But this weekend, I have to do the Vauban. I have to get those parts before they, you know, I run out of those opportunities. Um, so I'm going to be looking at a lot of, like these missions right here. So if anybody wants to join me, now's the time. Let me know if you want to join. Because, um, I would love for company on this journey. But, I mean, I understand if you don't want to either. That's perfectly fine too. So, let me know. Okay, we're looking at a capture. It's only 10 minutes, so not a whole lot of time left on that, but um, Okay, well, can't really wait around too long. So, let's see, T6. Oh yeah, we're gonna hold off on that for right now. T4. Yeah, hold off on that. F2. Holding off on that. 04. We're looking for the Necros Prime Neuroptics. I'm gonna just work on this one. If I get that Necros Prime Neuroptics, then I'm gonna be golden. So, oh, I forgot to set my regulators to toxin. Damn it. I'll have to do that next time. Sixpenny Police is having a rough time. Okay. Are they already in, or? Okay, Sixpenny is the host, and oh boy.
There is a sanctuary target here, Hunter. I sense it. Track it with the synthesis scanner. Don't let it escape.
If we can avoid alerting them, this might be easier.
Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic? You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape. Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done. Use that reactant to open a relic. The reactant is working on your relic. Find more.
Come on, shoot the damn trap. There it goes.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
There we go.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
There it is. Right for synthesis.
Oh.
Tame this creature so you may perform the
I
synthesis
didn't
on
mean to
it.
do that. There it goes. Okay, we're all done with the reactant, so we can get the heck out of here. There we go. And not what I need. think I'll take another one just in case.
Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back
Obviously
at
not
your
the greatest when it comes to the COTS, but um, in certain, I mean, I didn't really need the part. You know, I already had one, already like built it, um, so you know that's not too much of a big deal, but okay. That's taking too long. Let's try this again. Capture 04 equip. Yes. Like I said, if anybody wants to join me, let me know. I would love to, you know, invite you along. Just say so.
Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic?
Can't skip this cutscene apparently.
You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. Target located. Bring them in. The enemies are dropping reactant.
Okay.
Don't forget the reactant. You need more to open that relic. We cannot let our target know
Oh.
we're here. Track them down quickly.
All right. Oh, there it is.
Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done. Watch yourself. Grenier are on the way.
Okay.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look
Time to go.
inside. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Damn. All right. I already have four of them, so don't really need another. Trying to get that Necros Prime Neuroptics there, and you know I'm using Radiant with a higher chance of getting it, but still not working. Oh well. We'll keep up with the Trace grind right at this moment. So, let's see, repeat, equip. Oh, you son of a! Oh, It stopped. Oh well, that's kind of unfortunate. Okay, I'll and none of these are like super quick per se, but we could probably just do like the exterminates. Let's go with that one. Let's see. These are Neos. Let's see. We have the V10, which I only have one of. For the Volus Prime handle, that's a bit rough right at this moment in time. We have the T4, which is for the Tenor Prime receiver, which is also rare, which, you know, I'd rather save those for when they're, when I can, you know, potentially break them, or, you know, potentially make them radiant. But we'll wait on that. Okay, so I only have one left of this. I'm trying to get the Nami Skyla Prime Blade because I need two of them. So let's give it a try. Might as well.
The tower's neural sentry is operational. I'm picking up multiple threats, all under Oracle control. Wipe them all out. Void fissures. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. They're dropping reactant. Use it to crack open a relic. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Keep fighting. As long as the enemy is here, this tower is useless to us. That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Oh, there's one over here somewhere. Get rid of that guy. Not quite sure where the
You have broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
oh, they're over there. Sounds like they're having some difficulty. Oh, Jesus. You know, why didn't they finish off the trial there? Still not still not the neuroptics. Been getting all the commons. Oh, but wait, no, this is a different relic. Never mind. Take it back.
Complete.
But I didn't get the rare, which was the prime blade that I was trying to aim for. So that sucks. Oh well. All right. Repeat the mission. Let's see. We don't have any more of the N8s, so that's really not that useful. What about? I have some S5s here that I need the Glaive Prime disc, the Latron Prime receiver, and the Reaper Prime blueprint. So these three that I'm looking for. Out of 5 relics, probably not that useful, but we'll see. Let's see if these guys want to join me on this. The fact that they're still kind of in the group is interesting, but we'll see. Okay, that guy's on board. That guy's on board. And he left. No worries.
Did you hear that? It said cosmic background radiation is a riot.
Like I said, if anybody wants to join me on this, let me know.
You are not alone. This tower is full of life forms, all corrupted by the neural sentry. Clean it up. Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic? A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. They're dropping reactant. Use it to crack open a relic.
Okay.
The reactant is working on your relic. Find more. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. The Grenier should have known better than to walk into an Oregon tower unprepared. Let's clean up their mess. That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, I forgot that. I forgot to switch my regulators over to something else. Okay. Sounds like they're over this way. Uh-huh. Sometimes you can find some treasures in here, so nope. Iron crystal, huh? Ah, didn't know that there was an elevator. I forgot to get my regulators back to set it to toxin, so oop. Get rid of it out, get rid of you.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
Oof. Ah, God damn it. Get out of the corner there. Oh, Jesus. Ah, there we go. Ah, Reaper blueprint. Awesome. Keeping that. Alright, so I don't need the Reaper Prime blueprint anymore. We are done with that. Bam. That's awesome. One down, two more to go. Now, before I do the repeat, I'm gonna go back and get my regulators to be on toxin because I'm missing a lot of potential kills on that one. So let's see. We have cold on here right at this moment in time, and I don't really want cold, so let's see. Toxin. Let's see, we have pathogen rounds already, but we do not have pistol pestilence. So let's go ahead and throw that on there for some more toxin. So there we go. All right, now, if anybody wants, let me know if you guys want to join me on this. You know, let's see, we have the S5.
Ordis is angry. I may require maintenance after all.
Let me know if anybody is interested in joining me on this. Hopefully my volume levels are okay too. Let me know if there's a problem with that. Okay, you know what? You guys are taking a little too long. Goodbye. Let's see. Oh, wait. Nope. Hold on. Want to kind of stay at this one for the time being. S5. There we go. Hey there, Blackheart. How you doing there, bud? I'm doing okay. It's been rough lately, but you know, sorry I can't join you today. I have a headache. No worries there, Blackheart. Were you able to do anything concerning the resurgence for Vauban or
You aren't the first ones here. I'm detecting
oh, what's
multiple
the
SCPs
second
nearby
Warframe that's
wall of the tower.
going right now?
Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic? We're near a fissure. Use that reactant to open a relic. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant.
Got some relics for Vauban? Gotcha.
Focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Still need to radiate them? Yeah.
That's it.
That's what I'm kind of doing right now.
Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside. The Grenier should have known better than to walk into an Orokin tower unprepared. Let's clean up their mess.
Trying to get a lot of void traces right at this moment in time so that I can Oh, hey, bud. That's a little rude of you to go like that. But at the same time, all of them are have, you know, they keep on rushing. It's like, guys, hello. I have the worst luck when trying to get Aya. I get like 3 to 4 every 2 hours. Oof. Well, if you want to, I can try to see about helping you out get some. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if I can trade with you or not in terms of the
There's a heavy unit approaching.
not sure if I can actually trade Aya with you, or to give you some Aya or not. Like, if I can get some Aya, then I can kind of give it to you. Not sure.
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
What the heck? Alright. I'm just gonna ignore them. Moving on. Job's done, so. Not quite sure what the other three are up to, but.
I will consider what I've learned.
Maybe they went back for the Argon Crystal. I'm not really in any need of it, so I don't think so. Yeah. Not sure. Not 100% on it, but if I can trade you some Maya, then that would work out. But I mean, yeah, it comes in waves, So well, let me know if your headache gets a little bit better. Like I'm here for another 3 more hours, so um, and I'm gonna be playing this again tomorrow. So if you okay, not what I was looking for, but I mean, I'll take another one.
Job well executed.
So if you want to do some like Aya hunting tomorrow to to get more relics, then might be able to kind of help you out on that a little bit. But yeah, for the most part, I'm just kind of working on getting some void traces. So and that one kind of helped out. So okay, well I apparently uh, can't work that one. Did get a lot of Zaku optics. Don't know if I can trade you normal Warframe parts. No, unfortunately you can't. So, oh, this is Earth, so that's going to be a little problematic. I don't know if I have any relics here that I'm in really. I mean, I have the V9 here, which I mean, Volleyball Prime, but I want to make sure that I radiant them. I don't have any more N9s. I don't have any V8s. Don't have any V7s. And don't have any G1s. So not much I can really do about those. So I guess we're just going to go ahead and kind of break open some just random relics on this one. Ooh, Hystrix Prime Receiver. I should probably hold on to that one. Yeah, there we go. We'll do the S14, which I already have nominated. Okay. Yeah, can't trade regular Warframe parts, so can only trade Prime prime parts, so. What the?
The enemies are dropping reactant. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
For the Lotus.
We cannot let our target know we're here. Track them down quickly. Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant.
Okay, there we go.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's
Let's
inside.
see. Where is it? Ah, there it is.
I'm detecting a large security force heading your way. It's the Grenier.
Let's go with the Rubica Prime. Yeah, but I do hope that your headache does go away, you know. Well, I'm thankful that he didn't steal the Prime part. Not that I really needed it, but
Dictating terms to relevant personages in mining,
God damn it.
personnel, and security.
Alright,
Has a new blaster.
S14. We're just gonna kind of keep on working these relics here. Get a whole lot of not traces.
Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic? You're near a fissure. Use that reactant to open a relic. Target located. Bring them in. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant. The capture target has vital information that we will need to extract. We need our subject brought back alive. Mission complete. The captain has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
Okay.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside. I'm detecting a large security force heading your way. It's the Grenier.
There we go. Okay, here we go. Meh. Don't really need much. We'll just go with the Ducats.
necessary. I have taken my tithe, as is
Oh, you son of a bitch. I needed those traces.
sector.
They really should, like, you know, for these, let's see. God damn it. They really should, for these kind of relic missions and the liches, they really should say, hey, liches don't touch. Oh, what the heck happened? Oh. Oh. That was weird.
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
The Grenier deteriorate over time.
There are void fissures.
Okay.
Use these to crack open a relic. You're near.
I can't look at anything bright right now, so they're just gonna leave this running in the background and do something less bright. Understandable there, Blackheart. Understandable.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape. The reactant is working on your relic.
Yeah, that was a major load-in bug.
Scans indicate our target is in the vicinity. Find them. Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
You know, the fact that I still see everybody's like little voting kind of counter right at this moment in time is like, okay. Also, what? Okay, there we go. I was about to say, I'm like, you know, I have 5. Why does everybody else have 7?
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
There we go. And in. Okay. I mean, I already have plenty of them, but I'll take that rare part. Might as well.
Tithe accepted. You may go.
See, they in terms of these relic breaks, one, I'm hopeful that they are not taking the prime stock. And second, they really shouldn't be touching the void traces. Those are the two things that they should not be touching. You know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave squad on that. That bugged out a lot on me. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, let's not do that. That was weird. Okay, let's see. How are we doing on Nightwave right at this moment in time? Okay, so we still got about 250 enemies still left to kill, you know, which means I have 1,250 enemies to kill there. Still got a lot of consoles to hack. Mercy kill an enemy. And Sanctuary Onslaught, so. Let's see, but I want to try to continue working on my relic grind here at this moment in time. Just getting a whole lot of traces. There you go.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them.
The Grineer have no honor.
Oh, what the? That was rude. Oh, okay.
I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic? A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. Target located. Bring them in. Use that reactant to open a relic. Scans indicate our target is in the vicinity. Find them. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done. The reactant is working on your relic. Find more. The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside. Heads up. A Grineer assault team is headed your way.
Okay. Everybody's there. Ooh, okay. What's this? Cobra and Crane Prime Hilt? Never even seen that before, but sure. I'll take that.
All who pass through my sector must pay the tax. You are no exception.
Stop stealing my void traces, damn it. Steal the Gorgon blueprint, damn it. Or the ammo drum. Stop stealing my void traces. I want them. I need them. Stop it. Alright. What the heck is going on here? Oh boy, we are very buggy today. Or it's a very buggy day today, apparently here on Warframe. Which isn't ideal.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them. Void fissures. You need them to open a
I
relic,
need to kind
but
of
are you
wait for
confident
everybody
you
to
can
kind of
withstand
get
their
here
fury?
or to load in. There we go. Okay.
You found a fissure.
Everybody's
Look
in.
out for reactant. Scans indicate our target is in the vicinity. Find them. The enemies are dropping reactant. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. The reactant is working on your relic. Find more. Target located. Bring them in. Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno. That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside. Watch yourself. Grineer are on the way.
Okay. There we go. I will go with the Volus Prime head on this one. Don't have that many of them. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. I have all of them, so it's like, meh.
Adversary, I have taken my tithe, as is my right as holder of this sector.
Well, at least he didn't steal any of the traces, even though I only got 9 out of it, so it's like, meh. Alright, repeat the mission. Okay, S14. Let's go. Alright, you guys are taking too long. When you're doing these kind of void capture ones, then you're gonna want to be able to like go in quick. What the hell just happened there? That glitched out.
Operator, are you enjoying the view?
Okay, sorry about that. Warframe's being really buggy right now.
You are here on a capture mission. You must find, capture, and extract our target.
Okay, everybody has a relic, so that's good.
Alerting them. This might be easier.
Void fissures. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. The enemies are dropping reactant. You are going to need more reactant if you want to open that relic. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape. We cannot let our target know we're here. Track them down quickly. Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done. That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look.
Time to leave. There we go. There we go. Ooh, Hera Prime. Thank you very much.
All who pass
Nice.
through my sector must pay the tax. You are no exception, my little adversary.
Yeah, I would have been like super pissed off if the Lich like stole the Hera Prime systems. Alright. Repeat mission. S14.
Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic? You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. Use that reactant to open a relic. The reactant is working on your relic. Find more.
Oh, this vault is...
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape. The capture target has vital information that we will need to extract. We need our subject brought back alive. Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno. That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
For the Lotus.
There we go. I'm gonna stay on the Revenant Prime Neuroptics. So... I like the fact that I'm getting a little bit more traces there. Oh, leave me alone. Still 2 of my traces. Brah. Alright. We're gonna leave squad. We're gonna repeat mission.
The sector is under
Yes,
control.
14.
Resistance crushed.
There we go.
Troops, begin optimizing the local workforce.
We got like 43 minutes on this, so I'm planning on like maximizing this capture mission as much as I can. Like I said, if anybody wants to join me, let me know. I wouldn't mind the company.
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
Ballistics and archaic weapons. Crude and dangerous. Just like the Grenier.
Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic? A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. They're dropping reactant. Use it to crack open a relic. You are going to need more reactant if you want to open that relic. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Target located. Bring them in. Scans indicate our target is in the
We
vicinity.
had someone leave the squad, and it's like, come on now, what the heck?
Escorted to the extraction point. Well
Yeah, maybe they had a connection issue or something like that.
the relic has been
Alright.
cracked open.
We don't need to worry about killing anybody else. Oh, Jesus. Volt! Oh, Jesus. I'm afraid I won't be very much company until after they go to bed. No worries there. No problem. Another Revenant Prime. Awesome.
Tithe accepted. You may go.
No problem there, Vinny. No problem whatsoever. I completely understand. Oh yeah, we're gonna go ahead and leave squad. We're gonna repeat the mission. Go S14. And we're gonna save one just in case. So after this, then we're gonna move. We're gonna switch over to a different relic and crack those. So. Just doing the trace grind, trace grind, trace grind. And if anybody wants to join me for the Vauban, later, if you have those Vauban relics, and you want to join me on cracking open the said relics, then I wouldn't mind company in that as well. Seeing that, there we go.
You found a fissure.
Um,
Look out for reactant. Use that reactant to open a relic. The reactant is working on your relic. Find more.
Seeing that, the more people with the same relic, the easier it is. So,
There's a heavy unit approaching.
all right, I've already taken care of them. Good.
Located. Bring them in. Scans indicate our target is in the vicinity. Find them. Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
Nice.
opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside. Watch yourself. Grenier are on the way.
Seems like someone's assassins are coming in. There we go. Okay, not much. I'm just gonna go with the Avara. I'm thankful that some, you know, these guys went with the Forma. I appreciate that. That's still a little bit more traces that, you know, was stolen. Oh well. Okay, now I need to kind of switch on over to a different relic this time around. So okay, let's go ahead and leave the squad on that. I want to see, where do I stand in terms of traces now? 400. Okay. So I have the V9. I have 7 of them. You know what? And they're Lilith too. So let me do like one at a time here, just to see if I can get. Ooh, wait. Ooh, hey. Hmm. I know that you're having a hard time with your eyesight right at this moment in time. I was having Klein on saying, hey Blackheart, jump on in and we can see about trying to get you some Vauban parts as well as the other parts, you know, jump in with me and we'll work on these together, but you have that headache. So here's a question for you. Would you want to join me tomorrow when I play Warframe, Blackheart? If you do, then I can hold off on cracking open these relics until tomorrow. So that you can also benefit from getting the parts that are inside these relics as well. I know that you normally do like another game on Sundays, but um, so if that's not something that you're going to be able to do, then I understand. Um, but I fear, I mean, you can't do it tonight, but maybe tomorrow if you want to, then maybe I'll hold off on breaking these relics today, and then tomorrow um, we'll just kind of try to break them open. Okay, let's see. It's T6. Let's see. Nothing in Neo for Vauban. Well, actually, except for A4. Try to break this one. Try to break this one open. Seeing that it is a common part. But don't necessarily need to radiate that. Let's see, and we have F1. And I have 6 of those. So I don't know. Okay, still, the card hasn't responded yet to me. Let me ask him via Discord. I know that you have a headache right at the moment. If you are feeling better tomorrow, would you like to join me in cracking open some of the relics you currently have? I know that you tend to play a different game, so I'll understand if you want to decline. There we go. Sent him a message. We'll see if he responds or not to that. And obviously, there's no, he doesn't need to. Okay. I'm just, uh, right now, I'm trying to get a lot of traces for these relics. Okay, I have a grand total of 19 relics that I can potentially break right at this point. Now, obviously, that's not all the relics. So here, let me show you what I mean. So if I go to visit Visaria right now, um,
Always feels like meeting an old. Let's
browsing
talk
the
about the
wares,
good
if I go
stuff.
down here to the
Politics.
relics, you can see that I have 3 of the relics, with lots of uh, with lots of these already. But oh, I know what I can do. I know what I can do. I might not be able to trade Aya, but you can trade relics. There we go. That's how I can help out Blackheart. If I can grind out some Aya and get him some additional relics from this resurgence, then I could be helping him out as well. There we go. That's a plan. That's a plan. But I'm gonna need to know what kind of relics he has. Now, he's currently offline. That's perfectly fine. I don't want him to come online if he has the headache.
You're not
Okay.
gonna settle for a
Um,
rank-and-file Warframe, are ya? Not when you could have Vanguard
I
class?
don't. I don't think there's a way for me to kind of check to see what kind of relics he has though. Um, I don't think there's a possibility for that. And the problem is that I don't know what parts he has either. So I'm under the impression that he probably doesn't have very many parts, if any. You know, potentially. You know, I don't know. Seeing that, you know, the majority of these relics was in the vault, so he might have found like one or two parts maybe at random. It's quite possible. I mean, I've had it happen to myself before, but I don't know. So, but what I can do is grind out some Aya, purchase these relics, and then just basically hand them over to Blackheart, you know, like tomorrow or next weekend or something like that, and we can just kind of attempt to get all the parts for these relics. Now, that's a danger because, you know, for one thing, like, for example, like, you know, this one here. Obviously, former blueprint is former blueprint. You can get that pretty much on any relic, so that doesn't really matter all that much. But, you know, you have 5 different parts here. And while sure, you can get 5 different relics, that's not always a guarantee that you're going to be getting every single last one of these parts, you know, perfectly. You might get like Techo Prime Gauntlet twice or so. So that's the reason why I tend to like overload myself on Aya so that I can get even more relics, so that I can kind of be ready for any, you know, potential problems along those lines, right? You know, I'll be able to you know, I'll be able to you know, get that rare. You know, if you know, if I can't get it on one, then I have that potential of getting it on like maybe the next one or the next one after that. It's not always a guarantee though. You know, believe me, I've cracked open a lot of relics and not gotten jack shit out of it. So doesn't always work out. But I mean, if he can get, you know, if he can get, you know, like 4 out of 5 out of these parts, then that's a win for him, right? You know, he might not always get the rare parts out of these, so it's not always a guarantee on that, but something to think about. Something to think about. In this case, let me make a listing of all the relics here in another list so that I can potentially help him out with these relics later. Okay, so hold on a second there, folks. Let me make this list here. So we have Lilith A5, we have Lilith B9, we have Meso T6, we have Meso V8, we have Neo D6, Neo A7, and Axie F1. Okay, so so again, you know, I don't know what he needs right at this moment in time. But if I'm gonna do this here, you know, to try to help him out, then I'll need to kind of consider getting Aya for like, all these parts here, right? Now, thankfully, each one of these has
The
a
wards
form
were
of
names
blueprint
found the
to them,
excellent
right?
ways, but sweet, tender
Yeah.
mercy could they design.
I think
Crimes they
it's,
created have
I
never
think
been
the form of
touched.
blueprint is also common. Yeah. Okay. So, um, so here's the thing. Um, so each part has, one rare, two uncommons, and two commons, right? I tend to view that as needing 4 relics for the rares, 3 relics per uncommon, um, and then like 2 relics for the commons, right? So, that's just um, that's what I tend to try to go with because um, you might not always get that part right away. Okay. So here's the thing. Here's what I'm looking at right at the moment. That is a combined total of 14 relics, for each one of those, right? Um, so you're talking, 4 plus 6 for the uncommons. That's a total of 10. Plus the 4 for and the 2 plus 2 for the commons. That's I normally do about 14. I have 14 relics overall for per relic. So I mean, if I multiply 14 by 7 relics, let's see, that's 28, 97 relics. That's basically what I was doing back in like the original Resurgence stuff, folks. Just bear that in mind, okay? I was, for the most part, sometimes I didn't necessarily need to worry about that too much, but that's what I was kind of doing back in like the first Resurgence. I was I was like grinding out, every single one of these, pretty much like 98 Aya almost every week for the most part, just to try to get relics. So, um, okay, so from the sounds of it, okay, I got a message back from Blackheart. It says, "Sure, I'll join you tomorrow for relics. I have 4 of each of the rare parts, and I think 3 for each of the uncommon ones." Okay, um, so you have 7 relics for each of the different um, relics she offers already. So total of 49 relics. I mean, if he has, like if he has 7 of each, then that's not too bad. It's not It's not always a guarantee, but it's still not bad. Because, you know, that's the thing. With 7 relics and 5 parts, not always a guarantee there. But if he basically has, you know, 7 relics per, then all I would need is, you know, I can, you know, try to grind out some Aya
Cold, hard,
to try to help
anticipated
him out
grind.
and get, like, you know, 49 more Aya for him. So
No pressure. Don't let your Uncle Teshin down now.
now if he has 7 each, then I mean he grinded out a lot of Aya, so gotta give him some applause on that one. Um, I have I'm at 2 hours in, and I haven't even gotten halfway through the enemies for the major one yet. So you know what I'm gonna do?
Dictating to relevant personages in mining, personnel,
Oh wait,
security. This sector.
um,
Shall we?
I think what I want to do is
You know it.
I think I'm just gonna go into survival, infested survival, you know, just by myself, and then just kind of let them kind of flood to me.
Operator, I thought you'd want to know.
Let's see. Hmm. Yeah, we'll do this one here, and we'll just have the infested just kind of run to me, and we'll try to get, you know, we'll get that, you know, 1,500 really quickly. Well, not really quickly, but I mean, when I'm by myself and the infested are trying to run after me, then it's not going to be that
Set off
big
the
of a
alarms
problem.
and
So
keep the infested busy.
there we go.
The infested are releasing toxic spores into the area. The emergency life support I am delivering is your only chance for survival. Look for personal life support modules dropped by fallen enemies.
Get rid of that camera.
Life support incoming.
Get rid of that camera. Hmm.
delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
Not really a bottleneck right at the moment. There we go. There's a bottleneck.
Life support on the way. Another life support capsule is now available.
These guys aren't really attacking me all that much to really warrant using my 4 ability right at the moment, so. At least not yet. Here we go. The shotgun for the pistol isn't necessarily a shotgun, it feels like. At least not in the way that I would consider a shotgun anyway. Well, I mean, let me rephrase. The pistol that I have right at this moment in time is more of a buckshot than a
The operative has just made their first discovery.
you know, it's more buckshot than
Is available.
like birdshot or
Love folks who love what they do.
see, I'm getting a lot more enemy kills this way than with this particular shotgun.
The spores have almost completely
Okay.
saturated the atmosphere. You need to get out of there. Life support activated.
I need to get some life support going here.
Life support has been replenished.
There we go.
Life support has been replenished.
Go back to where we were.
Tenno, prepare for life support.
Well, that life support isn't that close.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
Nope. Oh. Those small guys kind of come out of nowhere, it feels like. They hide amongst the drops, so hard to see them.
Spore saturation is nearing critical mass. After that point, no amount of life support will save you.
Okay. All these kind of got put here, and it's like, well, I don't necessarily want, you know, I was kind of doing fine where I was for the most part.
Life support activated.
Oh, come on.
Life support activated. Get ready for a capsule. We will all share in this bounty. Hold out as long as you can. Additional life support has arrived.
Yeah, watch out for those like ancients there. If you're not aware, those guys can, you know, those guys are normally the ones that are Eximus, and you know they sap my energy quite a bit. So normally.
Additional life support has arrived.
These guys are only still 15, so I mean I'm still not really in any major danger. I'm more in danger of the
Spores have almost
spore saturation.
saturated the atmosphere. You need to get out of there. Life support has been replenished. Life support activated. Life support incoming. Another life support capsule is now available.
That's a nice bottleneck. Oh. But they can't come up from behind. I'm gonna find a good spot to hang out at again. But I'm still kind of close to the still close to the these guys here. This was a nice spot, but you know, with them kind of coming up from behind, it's a little problematic.
Look what our Tenno operative just found. They could not do this without you.
I can see them coming up from below.
Another life support capsule.
Yeah. See, this gun that I have, the secondary gun that I have is more kind of built towards like, you know, a slug and not necessarily
Another life support capsule is now available.
I could maybe start heading towards the exit a little bit. But at the same time, I'm leaving behind all the life supports as well, so I'm halfway. I gotta be careful here. I don't necessarily want to lose my energy that I have. Because at the very least, I can always, you know, use my forward ability to kind of get myself out of like, you know, them kind of surrounding me. So, because, you know, while they're not really that much of a danger right at this moment in time, you know, because I am like, you know, killing them off quicker than they can really hurt me. You know, let's face it. Let's not, don't necessarily want them to like, you know, go about like hitting me either, right? So,
The longer you fight, the more successful we will be.
oh, Jesus. Go away.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
Thankfully, the reload for this is fairly quick, so that's not too much. But the problem is that
Spore saturation
the
critical mass.
oh,
After that point, no amount replenished.
Alright.
Life support activated.
Alright. There we go. Level 25 now. Okay.
Additional life support has arrived.
More Xmas are coming, so that's going to be kind of problematic. Just gonna need to kind of keep on running around until I can, like, kill everything. Everything that I need to kill. Another thing that I gotta be careful of is the fact that, you know, even though, you know, I might, oop, um, you know, even though I can use my 4 ability to kind of get out of a rough situation, if I'm faced off against, like, multiple, like, Xmas that can, you know, that doesn't, you know, automatically get affected by my 4 ability, then, you know, I'm going to be kind of a little bit in trouble there, so I gotta be vigilant, so.
We will all share in this bounty. Hold out as long as you can.
Yep, that hurt a little bit. Got a lot of energy drained on that one. Do, 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 do. Ooh, I'm actually hurt a little bit. That's not great. I gotta watch where I'm going. Don't necessarily want to be running into an Eximus either, so.
Spore saturation is nearing critical mass. After that point, no amount of life support will save you. Life support has been replenished.
There we go.
Life support has been replenished.
I gotta be a little careful on this one because these guys are hitting a little bit harder now, so.
Life support activated.
More life supports this way.
Look what our Tenno operative just found. They could not do this without you.
Yep. My energy's almost halfway gone right at the moment, but the enemy is level 38, so not really that much, you know, not in really any dire straits right at this moment in time, per se, but these guys are going to be a little bit harder to kill, and they're going to be hitting harder, so. Alright. Ooh, now I can't. My shots aren't going through these guys. Okay, time to go. Oh wait, wrong way. My shots aren't killing them as quickly as I need to, so yeah, I think it's time to go. I mean, I've already killed off quite a bit already. Oop, wrong way. So I mean, and you know, I can always come on back here to kind of finish off um, everything. So couple of Gar Prime, or no, Gruder Prime and Gar Prime relics there. Awesome. Okay, let's see. Where do I stand on the Nightwave now?
What's on your mind?
Let's see. Okay, so I only need about 200 more kills to kind of go on that one. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Kimber Drift, give myself some Vom and Fast Residue here real quick. You know, get some additional kills in.
That's all from me.
You know, let's go ahead and use let's see. Let's go ahead and use Tatiana here on this one. There we go. Just so I can use her ability to kind of fly around. Fly around Kibber and Drift here. I'm keeping it on friends only again because I don't want to be dragged into any bounty missions. So I just want to kind of fly around and although I don't really necessarily have any don't really have that much energy for her to, you know, use her ability. But I mean, it doesn't really matter all that much because, you know, I have the, you know, I have this already kind of set anyway for the, okay, where is everything? There we go. Okay. Don't think I see anything else around here. Oh, there's some. Okay, never mind. Okay. Alright. Not seeing anything else. Projectile incoming? No, thank you. Is there no other areas? Oh, nope, there we go. Now, of course, it's not going to tell me if I've already kind of passed the Nightwave until after I've, like, you know, entered enter everything. But I have the, you know, the 15 that I need, so we can just kind of head on out now. Don't really need to worry about anything more. Whee! There you go.
You know what they say. The road to good intentions be paved with hell.
Okay. Done with that. Quick, easy, and out of there. Okay. Now let's see. What else can we do? You can do the 8 zones of Sanctuary Onslaught. Try to do a mercy kill on an enemy, and then try to do the hack 8 consoles. I mean, if I do like a spy mission by myself, then I can probably handle. Well, I mean, let's see. You need to hack at least once to get through the main door. No, you need to like hack 3 times per door, if I remember correctly. So yeah, if I do a spy mission by myself, then I can definitely clear out those that 8 hacking. So let's switch over to Avara. Let's go ahead and set ourselves up with all the weapons that we're going to be wanting. There we go.
Operator, you have remembered well how the Tenno arm themselves.
And we are going to go ahead and just do a really simple spy mission. So, yeah, there we go. And if I get detected, I get detected. You know, it really, you know, before, you know, if I can get some like, you know, lockdowns going on, so that I have to kind of, you know, do more. Then, you know, that, you know, that's fine with me, right? Those auto breaches also help.
Tenno, be on the lookout for increased security measures. The enemy would rather destroy their data than let it get into our hands.
Alright.
The target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data.
Oh yeah, this one, okay. Oh, there it was. Okay.
Excellent work.
All right.
Clean extraction with no alarms.
I was able to disable the light and the lines there, but I guess I messed up and... Okay.
Stay
Would have
focused.
been
The
interesting
demo
if I
may
could
be
actually
approaching.
break those,
Looks like
that
the
glass
head's
ceiling there.
ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna need to remember to go this way for the, I mean, if I can. Yeah. I've already taken care of like half the, what the? I hit spacebar again. What the hell? That was weird.
You're nearing the console. Trigger the alarms now, and they will start destroying the data.
Go away. Right. So what you want to do in this particular um, one is try to get to a point where you can just kind of fall down the center here. So and then fall down to kind of get to each of the platforms without like setting off the lasers. So
Data extracted. They won't even
it's
know
just a
it's
matter
gone.
of timing. Alright.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Okay. Oh, okay.
The target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data.
One of the nice things about Avara is that you can just you don't get detected.
Data extracted.
There you go.
They won't even know it's gone. We have everything we came for. Get to
I
extraction.
mean, I think there is a way to kind of get into this room, elsewhere kind of thing. But I mean, with Avara, you don't need to worry about it. As I just proved, I can just kind of easily walk through all of the um, I can just easily walk through all the security checkpoints and not really have anything to worry about. So now I did finish the Nightwave, right? Yeah.
You know it.
Sorry, guys. Goodbye. You can stay here. There we go. Ooh. Got a relic out of that one. Nice. Oh yeah. Still got a few more kills out of that one, so that's good. I mean, next one is just kind of Sanctuary Onslaught, so. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and switch on over to. I mean, I can try to get Titanium back up to 30 again with the Onslaught fairly easily. I can work on getting Ash up there. I can work on getting Brook. Actually, Brook might be the best one out of the bunch for that, so. Because it's just common, you know, Sanctuary Onslaught, so. It's not 8 levels of Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, it's just 8 levels of just Sanctuary Onslaught, so. Oh, wait, hold on. I still have it on friends only. That's not good. For this one, I do want, you know, more members to be in in the attempt. So there we go.
This is a stress test. Destroy all specimens as quickly as possible. In this chaos, the true nature of these creatures will be revealed.
Oh. Okay. Hmm.
I have opened a new data conduit.
Hmm.
Proceed immediately.
Oh, great. Dizzy. Dizzy left a little early there. Or only did about, one round. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. So I can use basically these fists of his, um, dependent on how much, uh, like I have to kind of use, um,
A new data conduit is open. Our experiment moves to a new
uh,
zone.
as more and more strength kind of gets
With each data conduit
depleted,
count, the experiment's design
um,
dictates increased efficiency. I trust you will be able to complete this study, Hunter?
then I have a longer time in using his fourth ability. Oh boy, we already lost another one. We're not even in the third round yet. We're barely in the third round. Okay. I'm not quite sure if like the one ability, you know, like while I have it active, it keeps on draining the restraint maybe? Not sure. You know, it really does seem like it is kind of doing that. So,
A data conduit is open. Go now.
okay, this will be the last zone that I'm gonna be going into. So, okay, just hands level 1, huh? Okay. There we go. That was weird. Okay. There's the 1,500 enemies. So that's nice.
But never pushed. Befriended, but never coerced. Killed, but never shamed. Here's to you.
Restraint is almost done, like depleting. So I could potentially use the fourth ability, but I mean, this, like I said, this is the last area.
A new data conduit is open.
All
Our
right,
experiment moves to a new zone.
not gonna go there.
Hunter, you are running out of time.
Hunter.
Data conduit.
Nope, I'm good. All good on this one. There we go.
Hunter, the sanctuary will go on without
Hunter. Okay. Okay, we'll do one more round of 4 on that. Let's go ahead and see about what weapons we can, if there's anything that we can kind of level up. I mean, we got a lot of levels for Baruch here, but um, we want to see. I mean, this is like, you know, the you know this particular stage, this particular combat zone is meant for um, um, you to kind of grow, to really, get a good amount of
Operator, did you hear
XP
that? Red smoke?
for a lot
Good.
of your
Cosmic
weapons and the like.
compound
So
radiation is a riot.
now, um, I will say, the saw that I built here, while it might be able to do a fair amount of damage, maybe, it's really slow. Like, really, really slow. I designed it as such, but the way it has its movements right at this moment in time isn't really that useful overall. I find so. I'm kind of leaning back towards my like original Zaw here, and I'm finding that one to be a lot more useful, a lot, quicker. I could, it had like more of a wide range of like hitting everybody kind of thing. So I don't know. I haven't been too impressed with the new Zaw that I built, but okay. So we got one, two, three. Yeah, let's not take the Zaw in. Let's just go ahead and take the Cyber in.
If I may say, operator, your chosen
Um,
Warframe suits you.
okay, Stance, Crush and Ruin. Let's see, we have Zarin here. So let's go ahead and put the Shattering Impact in there, which impact damage reduces enemy armor that by 6, so that's awesome. Let's go ahead and put the Prime Pressure Point in here. We'll put the Prime Reach in. Okay, we already have cold damage going right at this moment in time, so I might want to just kind of bump up the overall cold damage as well. So bump up that one. And then we'll do Vicious Frost in there, add even more cold damage, and add the possibility of more status chance. So originally 270, now it's 1,586. So alright, let's see. And we only have 14 points left for this moment in time. I could do this. Have a little bit more health coming back to Baruch, but now let's see. Do I have any weapons that I can pull out of my foundry right at this moment in time? Are there any weapons that I can build in my foundry right at this moment in time that I don't already own and master? Not much, if anything, right at the moment. have the Scourge Prime. Can build that one up. I don't really, and nothing else in the primary, so let's check out our secondary here. Okay, we have Nell Prime. Need to build that. We have the Magnus Prime. Build that. I used up a lot of Orkin cells, so probably not going to be able to build much else after this. Yeah, I can't build the Galantine Prime right now. And the Kokaki Prime, can't build that. Here's that second Prime Namaskala Prime Blade that I was talking about. Haven't been able to get that second one, so same with the Nakana Prime Hilt there. We got the Reaper Prime blueprint. That's right. So I need some organ cells for that one. Let's see. I mean, now that I have the Cyber, I could sell off the Magister. So don't really need to kind of keep it around anymore. Alright, well, that's about as much as I can do. I don't have any weapons to kind of pull out right at this moment in time, so we're gonna do one more Sanctuary Onslaught. Oh, and Blackheart did agree to join me for Warframe tomorrow, so so I think instead of, well, I mean, ideally it'd be nice to have more traces, but I would kind of prefer to be able to try to break them along with Blackheart so that so we have the you know, potential of getting you know, more of the so we have the potential of getting all of the parts, you know, both me and him, you know. Okay. There we go.
A new data conduit is open. Our experiment moves to
Uh,
a new zone.
3 more zones. I have 2 people leaving, huh? Alright, well. But we got 2 people joining, so that's awesome. Alright. Alright. I'm losing focus right at the moment. Getting a little tired, I guess. Uh-oh. There it goes.
I have opened a new data conduit. Proceed immediately. Do not weep for these creatures. They are immortal. They can and have faced 1 billion deaths. You, however, do not enjoy the protections of synthesis. For you, failure has real-life consequences.
Ow. Go away. Okay. Just one more zone after this. Yeah, one last one to go. My body's glitching.
A data conduit is open. Go now.
Ooh. I think I'm just gonna stand like right here. I mean, nothing can sneak up behind me. I'm not planning on moving on to the next zone. So, hold on a second. I want to look at his Bruce abilities again. Okay, so elude. Dodge all incoming projectiles, but only while not attacking. Use again to deactivate this ability. Okay, so it's good to kind of have elude on, but it's going to be like continuously like draining your energy too, so we got to be careful with that. Lull is putting everybody to kind of sleep. Problem is that I don't really have a large range on that right at the moment, so um, Desolate Hands, summon a bevy of orbiting daggers to seek out enemy guns, destroying them with small explosion, combined with elude to double the range. Okay. And with his restraint eroded, Baruch commands the desert wind to deliver powerful radial strikes with his fists and feet. So,
You know what they say. The road to good intentions be paved
so
with
if I
hell.
do 1 and 3,
Hurry, Hunter. The conduit is closing fast.
then I have a little bit more of a chance to um, you know, do more damage overall.
Hunter, the sanctuary will go on without you.
Okay, got max rank on Brute. Awesome. Hmm. Okay. Wasn't able to mercy kill an enemy, but that's okay. I find the melee combat can be really difficult at times nowadays. Yeah, I mean, ever since they did the change in melee, um, the mercy kill and the um, finishers is just harder to do now. Um, that's the one thing that I didn't really like about the old change for the melee attacks, but it is what it is. Okay, I'm getting a little tired there, folks. not gonna lie. I was kind of spazzing, having a hard time trying to concentrate during that last round of um, um, Century Onslaught. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and kind of close it down. I know that I'm only doing 3.5 hours, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of stop it a little earlier than normal. Um, so tomorrow sounds like you need some R&R. Well, I mean, I've already done quite a bit already. It's just um, stayed up a little too late last night and woke up early this morning, so didn't get a ton of sleep last night. Could have used some more. But um, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and kind of close on down. So plan for tomorrow. So Blackheart was saying that he, uh, based off of the message that he gave me here, for Vauban I have 4 of one rare part, 4 for another, 3 un, un, uncommon, 3 for another uncommon. So it sounds to me like he kind of really worked on trying to get a lot of um, okay, so he's only gotten 14. So that's all right. That's all right. Um, but ideally, it'd probably be good for us to try to work on getting him like a lot of Aya, so that we can purchase a lot of relics for him, so that he can pick up, all the relics for um, Ryza tomorrow. Now, what we could do, I mean, if anybody wants to join us tomorrow and helping out with that, then that would be fantastic. I would love to have more people to kind of join in on helping out with um, just gathering Aya, so we can just kind of purchase all the relics for him, and so that we can just really work with him on getting, his parts for Vauban and um,
Been behaving yourself?
and Atlas.
Rhymes. As bright as if
Okay.
they were forged
I mean, I
yesterday.
still have, my relics here. Um, but I think tomorrow, I can be on. It shouldn't be too hectic around here. So here's my idea. Okay, it's a little crazy one here, but I fear um, Blackheart hasn't been able to get these relics yet, right? And um, like I mentioned before, ideally, the way I did it was I typically got 4 relics for any missing rares, 3 relics for every missing uncommon that I have, and 2 relics for all the commons, any missing commons that I have.
Passion's like his blade, if you ask me.
Because if you kind of combine them all
Hard,
together,
and in desperate need of a good
you're
grind.
still your attempts to get the rare, you still might get the commons. So, you obviously want to try to build up so that you can get the rare and you can get the uncommons, but more often than not, you're going to be picking up those IOs, the regular commons, right? So if we can get um, get a lot of Aya together so that we could just kind of purchase all these relics, you know, for him, for me, for anybody else that wants to kind of join in on this splurge of relic purchases and like, then, we could combine efforts in not only helping him out on getting, the weapons and the Warframe parts for Vauban and Atlas, but you know that there's also the chance of having a higher chance of getting the Vauban pieces that I'm looking for too. So I feel that it's a win-win. Um, that's going to be a lot of Aya grind tomorrow, though. Okay, if anybody has a lot of Aya that they want to donate to Blackheart, then I leave that up to you. I'm not gonna say, you know, that I would, I would think that that would be, fantastic. I mean, um, you know, obviously, I don't think you can trade the Aya, but you can purchase the relic and trade the relics, right? So, um, we can try to do that if anybody is interested in doing that. Okay. I only have one Aya right at this moment in time, but I have no problem on. Um, I mean, heck, if I can get some Aya together for myself, so that I can help out Blackheart in the Lilith A5, Neo A7, Neo D6, and Meso V8, then I see that as a win-win too. Okay. Because at least I can help him out on getting all of his Warframe and weapon parts as well. So um that's how I kind of look at it right at this moment in time. Not only can I purchase relics for myself to kind of help him out on on the possibility of getting the parts that he needs, but if we can get some more Aya to help him out on purchasing these relics, then that's also going to be a win, right? So that's how I kind of see it. So I only have 4 of the relics, but will gladly give them to you or him. Well, I mean, I'm good, you know. Um, the only thing that I'm really looking for are the Vauban parts, and that's it. Everything else I have. Okay, so I'm not really I myself am not in any like major difficulties right at the moment. But I mean, if he doesn't have Atlas Prime, he doesn't have Vauban Prime, and he doesn't necessarily have these weapons that he can grind, then I see, the possibility of let's try to help him out on and in getting those set up for him. That's that's my thinking, you know. Um, so I'm not going to purchase any relics right at this moment in time because I want him to be online to know like which relics he's already purchased, and therefore, um, I can work with him on finding out what relics he needs, right? So, so tomorrow I feel like we're going to be doing, I mean, if anybody wants to join us in this, then grind up some Aya in offline. Just grind up some Aya, work on getting yourself ready to make these relic purchases, if you want. Okay. Like I said, I don't want people to do this, um, if they don't like doing it, then don't do it. Okay.
You're not gonna settle for a rank
You
and
know,
file Warframe, are
uh,
you? Not when you could have
one of the positives of doing these resurgences is the fact that you can get the same kind of, you can get multiple relics, you can radiate them, and you can break them open for everybody's benefit. So if we can get like 4 people going, getting these relics, purchasing them, breaking them, then one would think that everybody would benefit out of it, right? So, at the very least, you get some ducats out of it. So, or you can sell out the parts for platinum later. So, um, yeah. Um, that's how my mind is kind of
in your own time.
working right at this moment in time. So,
Enjoy your future.
uh, but I think that's going to be it. I'm going to go ahead and close on down for the night. We're going to go ahead and pick this back up again tomorrow. Got through a fair amount of Nightwave, so that's not too bad. Didn't really feel like doing any of these others, so we only have 3 more rewards to get. So, and with the fact that I am at 5,500 there, then now mean that, I really only need about 25,000 left to go. So, thankfully the weekly and daily acts changes up tomorrow, so that's going to be nice. Hopefully it's going to be a set that, I can get, a decent amount of, um, reputation on. So, like, both of these is 7,000s for example. So that's 14 right there if I can do both of them. So, um, pretty much that would put me, that would definitely get me the one here and get me super close on getting next, right? Then you have, the weekly ones, which is 4,500. So if I do 3 of those, then I handle all of the Nightwave tasks. So that might be something that I'm gonna need to kind of look into again tomorrow. But ideally, um, what I'd want to do is um, grind out some Aya, just constant Aya grind. So, um, so if I'm gonna be hmm, I'm half inclined on trying to, bump up these to Radiant right now. But on the other hand, personally, I'm just trying to get the Vauban Prime systems, for example, on this one, right?
What are you thinking about?
But if I'm helping out Blackheart, then I'm probably going to want at least 3. that are radiant. You know, one for the possibility of the rare, and the other two for the uncommon. I mean, the commons is commons. I mean, you leave it at intact, and you have a higher chance of getting the uncommons anyway, right? But if I do 3 of these at radiant, then I have the possibility of getting the uncommons for Blackheart, or you know, helping Blackheart out with getting some uncommons. So, um, and didn't get nearly as many traces as I kind of wanted to have, but that's okay. Um, yeah, so you know, like I mentioned before, ideally, you know, with the 7 different relics that we were looking at, you know, that um, Vizara has, you know, ideally you'd want, you know, based off of, you know, like how I go about, you know, cracking open these kind of relics, you know, 4, 3 and 3, and then 2 and 2, you want, you know, 14 per relic. 7 relics gives you 98. So you'd want to purchase 98 relics, you know. Obviously, if you have like the parts already, then obviously that cuts down on the amount that you really need to get, for example. Like if you have an uncommon on that relic already taken care of by, you know, some other means, right? Then you can take out 3 of those, you know, 3 relic possibilities, right? Not to say that, you know, you can't use, you know, those relics anyway, but um, so yeah, that so we're probably going to be doing a lot of eye grind tomorrow. So be prepared on that. Um, got some weapons building up. Let's see, are they going to be ready for tomorrow though? I think normally they have like the 24-hour um, they're normally like 24 hours, so they might not be ready by the time I stream again tomorrow. Oh no, they're 12 hours. Okay, so a couple so these weapons are going to be available for me in tomorrow's stream. So that's good. That's handy. So okay. Let's see. They've been bringing out some more weapons. So I don't know. Hmm. This is the new Stephalos here. Gotcha. Yeah, because you know, I don't have the hide items without blueprints. Yeah. Um, the fact that um, a lot of these are weapons that I can't get right at this moment in time. I have to like, go to bounties and stuff like that to pick them up. So, all right, we'll worry about that later though. Plus, it looks like a lot of these weapons that I don't really have are um, ones that I'm gonna need to kind of go on certain missions in order to acquire them. So it looks like I'm getting to a point where um, I obviously I still have a lot of like like primary weapons to still kind of get ingredients for to build them up and like um, but it's getting a little bit harder to acquire them, so I'm probably going to be needing to really kind of focus down a little bit more on like, oh, okay, I need this particular weapon. Its ingredients are on this particular mission, so I'm going to need to grind there for a bit. So that might be something that I'm going to need to kind of do. Um, same with the um, same with Warframes and the like. So, I still have a lot of Warframes um, that I haven't finished building or getting the parts for or anything along those lines. So, um, I'm probably going to want to try to take in the time to work on that as well. So, so yeah, I think that's going to be it there, folks. We're going to go ahead and kind of close on down at this point. Um, so, so yeah, all these streams, all these videos are eventually uploaded to my YouTube channel, so feel free to check that out if you like. Got a link down below on my Twitch about page for that. I also have links to my Discord, my Patreon, and my Twitter account down below on my Twitch about page, as well as in the description of my YouTube videos. So feel free to check those out if you're interested in that. I do have a Warframe clan that if anybody is interested in joining me on this, you're welcome to. I made some room just recently. I had like 2 members that was, you know, that hadn't been on in over a year, so the likelihood of them coming back is probably not going to happen. So I removed them from the clan. Um, so I have a little bit of space right now. But at the same time, if I really need to, I can always build up the barracks and work on that too. So don't feel like, I have absolutely no room whatsoever. If I had absolutely no room whatsoever, then, well, um, one, I'd probably be checking out, the individuals that haven't been online in a while. Um, might drop those individuals, or I might say, you know, maybe we can just kind of create like a second clan or something like that. That people can join if they really want to. We'll just kind of keep on expanding out the multiple clans if it ever gets to that point, right? Um, but it is what it is. Um, so that's available if anybody is interested in that. Um, and last but not least is my team robot. This has been something um, that I made in the hopes that people will join and people will help support. The idea behind it is everybody on the team is helping each other to grow as a streamer. Um, Ideally as a streamer. But if, you know, the clan is open to, or the clan, the team is open for streamers and non-streamers alike, okay? Because even non-streamers can be of great help, even more so in certain cases, uh, to the team. Because I mean, you have artists that might not want to stream. You have musicians that might not want to stream. People that are just interested in just being moderators. I mean, there's a lot of things that can be that can be done that can be helpful to others. So um, I designed a team so that um, you know everybody can get some amount of benefit from it in some fashion or another. That's the idea. You know, you know, on one hand, yes, it is kind of designed to be of help to other streamers. Okay, I will admit that there's a lot of subgroups that are designed to help out other streamers, right? But that doesn't mean that non-streamers can't get some benefit out of it too. Okay, and I would love to see that team grow. I've been advertising it for what is how old is it now? you know, like 2 years old now or so. Um, and I just would love to see more members join and help out, or just be there. Okay, because at the very least, if people are in the team and they promote the team, then I see that as a win. I see that as, growing community of individuals that want to help out each other. And that is the greatest thing in the world, in my particular opinion. Okay. You can establish friendships, you can establish, um, you can help people grow, you can have a, um, you know, you can have like-minded individuals talking with each other about, what, um, if they want to grow a certain way or something along those lines, you know, then I see it as something that could be of, great benefit to anybody that wants to join. Okay. So, um, if that interests you at all, check out the application link down below on my Twitch about page, as well as in the description of my YouTube videos. Um, you know, the application is kind of meant to see what your interests are. Okay, if you're not a streamer, you're not a streamer. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to be. Okay. Um, but you might have other interests other than streaming, though. Okay, and I want to try to, you know, I want to be able to have that team that, welcomes as many people as possible that are willing to help lift, everybody up. And if we're all kind of working together, to help each other out, then it's good. It helps, it's beneficial to everybody. Okay. So I see it as something that is, could be fantastic. Okay. I'm just looking for more members that are willing to give it a chance. So, um, I do what I can to try to promote everybody that's on the team. Um, Crazy, Blackheart, Kermit. Um, I try to do what I can. I mean, if there's things that I can do differently, then I'm always open to suggestions. It's not like I'm gonna be mad if someone says, "Hey Jim, can you do this?" You know, I believe me, I don't mind on that. Okay, I want people to feel like they are getting some kind of benefit from the team. If they're not getting any kind of benefit from the team, then we need to do something about that. You know, um, or at least that's the idea. Okay. Um, and I would love to see that idea grow into something that is beneficial to everybody that's on the team. So, so check it out. Check out the application link. There is a Google document that explains more about the team. It's linked in with the application page, so check that out. Um, it's a lengthy document, I know, but it's meant to show all the ideas and plans that I have with it. And if it's something that interests you, then join. Send in that application. I would greatly appreciate it. So just, shows that um, that my promotion is reaching people. So um, so yeah, would love to see it continue to grow, continue to expand. So but that's it. That's where we're going to go ahead and close on down for the night. So I want to thank Vinny for stopping on by and chatting with me. I appreciate it. I want to do a shout out to Blackheart. So you all can go give him a follow, join his channel. He's a variety streamer as well, so you can check out, you know, um, what he has. So, um, didn't see anybody else online, but that's okay. Um, they're probably lurking in the shadows, and that's perfectly fine. I don't mind lurkers. So, um, but yeah, go check out Crazy's channel, go check out Blackheart's, go check out Kermit's. Um, give them some love, give them some follows, help them out. Um, want to thank Vinny for chatting with me during the stream. I appreciate it. Hopefully, I gave you some amount of entertainment tonight. um, you know, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. If not, that's perfectly fine. You have yourself a good night. You sleep well. Um, Matter of fact, I'll say that for everybody. You sleep well tonight. Relax. Enjoy yourself. But that's where we're going to go ahead and end it. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully I catch you next time. But until then, take care. Have a good night. Stay healthy. Stay safe. And I'll catch you strangers next time.